Well, good morning, everyone. Good day, good evening, whenever you're seeing this. It's marvelous, and it's a marvelous day. And you just saw a school bus go by, so you already know I am on my way to work. And it is first week down, and I must say I am actually so ecstatic, thoroughly impressed. The previous teachers, they gave the kids so many accolades. I mean, they just praised these kids up and down. But I honestly was not prepared for this class in a way that, I'll say this. They said it was good, but other people's perception of what's good and a good class could be very different from my perception based on the type of person I am and the type of teacher I am, and also knowing other teachers and how they are, their personalities and styles. So with that being said, I mean, this class is like a dream, and I had a pretty rough year last year. My teammates that I work with did as well, so it wasn't just me and my class, and now this is like completely night and day. This is like, oh God, dusk and dawn. Can't even, just no comparison. So I am very happy, very happy. I mean, honestly, this week we got into all of our units of study, had science with another class, and it's only the first week, and typically it will be a while. So that's all I can say. All right, so enough teacher talk, but if you know someone else who is a teacher who may benefit from hearing that, you know, some years are going to be great and some years are going to be years, and just hold on and you'll get through it. Reach out to people who you could honestly talk to about it, and I'm not talking about your colleagues and people that you work with. I'm talking about people in your life that they may be retired teachers, people who worked in the school, friends who know, like, just people that you could actually be honest with and vent to if you need to vent, and that you could really talk to, because you can't necessarily talk to your colleagues about these things. And I think I want to say that goes for any profession. But it's something that you have to understand and know, regardless of what. Regardless of how you feel. Oh, well, I go out to dinner with Jenny and her husband. Oh no, Barbara and I, we go shopping on the weekends. No, these people are actually not your friends. They are your coworkers. They are your colleagues. You do not tell them your personal business, your personal feelings, and what is really going on in your mind. You work with them, because the same way they're listening and soaking up what you have to say, best believe that sponge is getting wring out somewhere. So just take that how you want to take it. If you know somebody who could use that word for the day, please share this video with them. One thing I must say, I truly enjoy sharing information with people. Like I said, thing about YouTube is I don't get a lot of views, I don't get a lot of promotion and what have you, but if you hear even one thing that I say in any video, just share that video with someone that you know that they could either use that word as well. And maybe if you need that word, or you just need somebody to listen to while you're on your way to work, like, please do that. You know, like the video if you like it. Leave a comment. Even if you don't want to leave a comment in words, like, leave an emoji. I love emojis. I'm telling you, I'm like the queen of emojis. I love them. But, just do that. I try to do that on each and every single video that I watch, no matter if at the end, in the middle of the video, I didn't watch it all the way through or what have you. But especially when it's a small channel and a small creator, this is one thing, because I talk about budgeting and money and what have you, and sticking to a budget and all those things. But honestly, watching YouTube is like the one thing that you can do pretty much for free. Once you have your Wi-Fi, you have your service, you can watch YouTube on your phone, your computer, your TV. And I watch it on all three. My daughter calls it that. She says that's toxic behavior, because literally I will be in my house watching YouTube on all three of my devices. And when I have my iPad, 4 devices all at one time, 4 different videos. Now tell me, I don't know what you call it, but I do have ADHD, whatever. That's what they say. My generation, we didn't get diagnosed with things like that. So they just called it like, oh, this person can't sit down, they can't sit still, they talk too much, they just whatever. I know, I like I said, I've been teaching over 2 decades. I know exactly what it is. So, but I will give a thumbs up to every single video that I watch. Every single video. Because that's not costing me any money. And it's not hurting me. And it's not taking anything away from me. But it is taking something away from someone else. And why would I take something away from someone else and it doesn't have to be done? I will leave a comment under every single video that I watch. Now, all of these things, that could be the teacher in me. Just, you get papers that come through the finished work basket. You have to give them some kind of mark. You try to make it positive, and if there's criticism to give, you've already given the positive. Jenny, you did a good job on this. Next time I would like to see you. That's fine too. Sometimes, just like when I'm working on things in school, if I don't have a comment that can actually go into words, but I still want to show that person, listen, I see you, I'm validating you, I understand this is what you're doing. You're putting yourself out there for everyone to see. I will just put a sticker on their paper. Now, what is the digital version of a sticker is an emoji. So that's what I have to say. Not just for myself, but for any small creator that you come across their channel and you see, okay, this person is sharing something. They're putting themselves out there for everyone to see. They're sharing their story. Because right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my story. I'm also sharing a lot of my personal information, because our budgets and our money, that's kind of a personal thing. Think about it. Even in relationships, people have a reluctance in sharing their budget, their money, how much money they make, how much money they save, how much debt they have. Like, it takes a lot of maturity to just put that out there. And you have to respect people who don't want to put it out there. I put mine all out there on the internet because I know that there's somewhere, there has to be another a single mother. That means a woman who is not married. If you are not married, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that means you are single. On any application, there's no box for boyfriend, girlfriend, live-in partner. It's just single, married, divorced, widow. Okay, so let's move on from that. But I know that there is somewhere some other single mother who may be a teacher, or who may be some other kind of professional, who may be making pretty much the same amount of money that I'm making, who may be in a similar life situation, or they know someone who is. And that person just needs encouragement. That person just needs to see, like, oh, okay, this person's numbers look like my numbers, and this is how they're making it work, and this is how they're managing it. And so I could do that too. Or I could follow their lead, and I could kind of use the same system that they're using. That's it. So, and I know there has to be, because we're not living in a box. We're not in isolation. And if it's not the exact, I know that has to be someone out there is similar. So with that being said, and like I said, that person doesn't have to be a teacher, but that person could be another type of professional, or maybe not even a professional, whatever. But this is how much they also bring home, and this is, a word that they need to make. Because honestly, I didn't even really start budgeting on paper and looking at it that way for myself personally until I wanted to get out of debt, and I actually had to. Prior to that, I was letting other people manage things for me. And then for a long time, I didn't even know how to manage some of these things. And also being a person who handles their anxiety with shopping, because I do that. I have a tendency to do that. I've greatly kind of reversed that behavior. I don't do it as much anymore, but sometimes it will still get to me at times. I can still do it from time to time. But now, when I have that, it's like an itch or an urge, or it's just I'm feeling so anxious about other situations and something else that I want to go out and shop and buy things, I have to first recognize it, oh, okay, this is what's happening right now. I can't control this other situation over here. I can't control this other person. I can't control this other story, this other place, this other narrative. But the one thing I can control right now in this moment is I can do this because I have my wallet with me. And if I go and buy, and sometimes it's just little things in the moment, the impulse, but that also plays into that other thing. So sometimes oh, I could buy this gel pen right now because I can just, that's what I can do. And it took me a long time to recognize that pattern and those behaviors. And sometimes I'll be in the store and it's just the sheer act of filling up a cart, filling up a basket, and I'll go through the whole store just picking up all the things that I think in my mind, oh yeah, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, oh yeah, that's cute over there, I like that too, oh yeah, look at that, look at this. And I'll fill up the whole basket, and by the time I get up to the register, I'll look at all the stuff, and it's especially a store like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I don't know what those stores are called wherever you all are at, but I call them they're not department stores, but they're just the stores you could go pretty much get whatever. But it's all these little, it's a hodgepodge of stuff, no rhyme or reason. They're clothes, then there's a pot or a pan, then there's a notebook, then there's oh, I need another bath towel, not a set, just that one bath towel, oh, over there, oh, I needed the oh, there's a wallet over there that I need. Now, Lord knows I do not need another wallet, another handbag, another traveling bag, none of these things. But all of this stuff will be in the cart along with, because those stores also sell little snacks, some kind of specialty popcorn, some type of specialty candies or whatever. All of that in the cart too. And none of it makes any sense whatsoever. No sense. And I'll get up close to the register, then I'll look at it and it's oh, that was fun, that was nice, I feel relieved now, and I'll leave the whole cart right there. Sometimes I'll go back around the store and put the stuff back, but sometimes I'll leave the cart right there because I believe that that's someone's job to go and put that stuff back. And if this kind of work didn't exist in the store, and I used to work in retail before I became a teacher, if you didn't have this work to do, when it comes time to look around at, oh, look like people sitting around, look like it's no work to do, as a manager, somebody has to go home, because they're reporting to the corporate office about hours and how many hours, they're racking up. But it looks like there wasn't that many sales at that time period to kind of offset that. So if it looks like it's no work to do, somebody has to go home. That person could be you. Now, the money you were expecting for that week, now you down to about half of that because you've been sent home every single day. But if you the one who's around the store putting back all that stuff that I left, if you are the one around the store putting back all the stuff that I left, making yourself look busy and useful, you will not be the one who goes home. Trust me. I built up that strategy too when I used to work in retail. I will fold some sweaters. Listen, I will be the one folding those sweaters. Just trust me. I'm not the one who's about to go home. I'm not going to miss out on one. I'm not going to miss out on a couple of dollars. I'm not going to be the one that goes home. But I just want to say that to you. Recognize your habits and how you use money in ways that you either didn't budget for and you didn't plan on, but you're just doing something at that moment. Usually there's something greater going on in your mind at the time, and recognize that thing, try to work through that thing. And then if you still want to buy whatever it is you want to buy, go where you want to go, eat, go, buy takeout, whatever it is, do it. Do it. But first deal with whatever the other thing is, the underlying issue. Deal with that first. And if you recognize some of those patterns in yourself, just drop that to me in the comment. You don't have to tell your business. I'm not asking anybody to tell their business, but just say, yeah, I struggle with buying for other reasons too. That's a tendency. I noticed that in myself as well. Just leave that in the comment. What you said, I do that sometimes too. Or leave the word agreed, understand, understood, anything. Just let me know. For those of you who are out there, for those of you who are listening, just let me know that you get it. That's it. So I want to say this too, because I just said something. I don't like, a lot of people say that when I'm talking to people, I talk down to them like I'm talking to little kids. Or some people will say to me, I'm not your student, so don't talk to me like that. Or I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that. And I don't do that on purpose. It's not a thing that I'm doing purposely. Or I'm not trying to demean anyone, talk down to anyone, disrespect anyone. But this is what I do all day, every day, pretty much 180 days out the year. I'm explaining and talking and teaching people all day. So when I'm in conversations with people, it's not that I can't turn it on and turn it off, because I can, but there are times when I get passionate about things, or I feel like, well, maybe if I say it this way, they'll know exactly what I mean. I will tend to do that, and it's like I said, it's not to disrespect, demean, degrade, or put someone underneath me. It's just a force of habit, and I try to catch it when I feel like I'm doing it, especially with adults, because adults don't like to be dealt with that way. So I want to say that as you're watching my videos, if you ever watch and you ever feel that way, just reach out to me. You can also reach out to me, send me, an email or whatever. All my information is always down below the videos. And say, like, that last video when you was this, seemed like you was this talking to us like we was little kids or something. Just, just let me know. And I am a preacher too. Like, I can preach. I'm not an ordained minister. I shouldn't say that. But I could be preachy. That's it. So, like I said, if there's anything that resonates with you in my videos, anything whatsoever, of course, just let me know. Also, let somebody else know and share it with them. That's it, because you just never know sometimes what people are going through, sometimes what people need to hear. And a word, a blessing, it could come from anybody at any time. Because one thing I do believe, now I'm not a religious person, but I am a very spiritual person. And one thing I do stand by and believe is that God is in everyone, and God works through everyone in different ways. Now, you could call it God, the universe, spirit, whatever, universal love, however you see it. I will not say how I see it, but I will just leave it at that. But that spirit works through us all, and at different times and at different ways. And I've been in so many encounters and situations. It could be from the grocery store to a nightclub, where I start talking to someone, and within 2 or 3 minutes they'll say, "Oh my God, sorry for the sun glare." They'll say like, "Oh my God, God must have sent you in here today or tonight or whenever, because I really needed to hear that right now. I really needed to see if there was somebody who understood me, or somebody who could help me with something." And I don't like to leave people in tears, but sometimes I do, because they'll have that breakthrough at that moment, that revelation, like, wow, yeah, this was how I thought, or this wasn't how I thought, but I see it this way now. And it's just different life situations. We all, like I always say at the end of the videos, we are all valuable. We all have something to add. We are all worthy. We all can give something. And sometimes what you're given is not money. It could be time. It could be, like I say, energy, effort, whatever the case may be, but you have it. So share it, because that's the only thing that's going to really make the world go round. And I know that people think that there can't be big changes and big shifts, and I don't get into a lot of politics. I have my beliefs on that. I don't share too many of them. I stand by what I stand by, and I don't stand by what I don't stand by. Let's just leave it at that. But I think that in everyone's personal world, in everyone's personal life, sorry for all that sun, we all have a part that we can play. We all have something that we can do to make our world or someone else's world a better place, or make someone else just have a better day, a better morning, just a better time, a better evening. And it could be as simple as just giving someone a smile, giving someone a hug. It's small things, just like in our lives. Small changes and small habits over time lead to a lot of progress. Just like I this quote, I love it. Little by little, the bird builds its nest. Like my grandmother used to say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but small habits over time, small changes over time, and consistently. That's how I got out of debt the first time. It was small. I was making less money. I had probably more expenses. I just came out of a tough situation, and I was personally going through a hard time, but it was small changes and small habits consistently for like 4 years. And then in year 4, it was like, wow, this happened. This was, oh my God, I can't believe it. And yeah, so I was I'm thankful for that. I stand by that. And I just want to leave you with that. So I want to leave you with two things. If you could do something to make someone else's day, time on this earth better, please do it. Number two, small habits and small changes consistently over time will yield you results. And as always, you are valuable, you are important, you're worthy, you have something to add for yourself and for others. You're beautiful, you're amazing, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you put your mind to do. So with that being said, I'd like you to have a great, wonderful, marvelous day. Have a marvelously beautiful day. And I will talk to you pretty soon. Next video is going to be actually my weekly kind of update for my budget and how we gonna work out those unexpected expenses from earlier this week, and what's gonna happen. All right, talk to you soon.